Welcome back, everybody. Gaming Grandpa here, playing as the New York Red Bulls and my MLS glory. This is episode 3 of season 1 with Team 1. Alright, this is the end of season review. And that's the Supporters Shield, the Major League Soccer Eastern Conference, and that's the MLS Cup. So, here we go. I actually kind of really like how this is right here. Let me see. All right, transfers in. It was a busy season in the transfer market, and it's safe to say there was some good business done in bringing in key new signings who contributed hugely to the season's successes. Yeah, there's quite a few. All right, the board are delighted with him. Where's he at? Okay, so we're going to start up here. And you can kind of see he made the All-Stars. I think it's funny. The board gave him a B. That cracks me up. He had 27 goals overall, all competitions, 10 assists, a 7.47 rating, or 7.67 rating. And, wow, only a B, huh? That's crazy. Okay, Jalen Reed. Now, he was in my B team, and I actually brought him up, 3/4 the way into the season, I think it was, right after I made a second episode is pretty much when I brought him up. I had an opening, and I decided why not. So I actually, in order to bring a player from the B team up, you either have to give them a senior contract, or they already have to have a senior contract, and then you could just move him to the squad, which was the case for him. He was already on a senior contract, so it was no big deal. All right, Martin Vitek cost me $2.6 million, which, by the way, Spendy cost 2.2. Okay, 2.6 million. They give him a B minus. The man made 43 appearances. Well, he's a kid in my book, but he only had 1 goal and 2 assists, but a 7.15 rating for the season out of 43 appearances was pretty doggone good. Not to mention he made the All-Star team also. All right, De Silva, he was one of my free agents, remember, that I signed. As you can see, he made 28 appearances overall, 19 as subs. He had 6 goals and 6 assists with a 7.14 rating, which was pretty doggone good. All right, here, oh, wow, an A+. Well, I was going to say, he didn't make the All-Star team, and he didn't even get called up to his Norway club until almost 3/4 way into the season. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? But he cost me $2.5 million. He made 37 appearances. And look at that, only 2 goals and 8 assists, but he did have a decent rating. Anything over 7 in my book is pretty good, but an A+, it just amazes me how the board is doing this. All right, Paulson, he actually became my starting goalkeeper when Coronel was throwing such a hissy fit, and I traded him. I think he did pretty doggone good. Overall, he had a 7.01 rating. Now, he did make 26 appearances, and he cost me $750,000. So I thought he did a really good job, honestly. For a youngster, first year in the MLS, I thought he did really well. All right, Suba, he was another free agent. Wow, an A-, huh? He didn't cost me anything. He made 5 appearances, all his subs. He had 1 goal, 6.95, which that's close enough to 7, so that's not too bad. All right, Trilly, they gave him a C, but he was an all-star. He cost me $3.7 million. Made 45 appearances, 2 goals and 6 assists as my right back, which for a youngster, 6.94, I'll take it. All right, Lamati, yeah, they were mad because he cost me a lot of money. Yeah, the extra fees of $1 million that could end up making the deal very costly. But you know what? It is what it is. He didn't play very much because he was meant to be a replacement for Manswerk or Caceres, and this year he's going to get some starting play time. He's going to be my starter, and I got to figure all that out. But the board wasn't very happy with him. But he had a 6.9 rating out of 6 appearances. All right, Grande, he had, oh wow, it says the club paying over the odds for the player. All right, I paid $1 million, which was his release clause. But he's worth more than that now. So I think it's funny. But anyway, he made 16 appearances, 2 starts. He had 2 assists, 6.88. He is the backup to Trilly. All right, now they gave him an A-, which it's the deal. That's all the board cares about is the money. I just think it's funny. But he made 9 appearances. He had 1 start, 2 goals, a 6.8, which really isn't bad. All right, Rod, he was a free agent. Although it says I got him from New York too. Maybe he was there. I can't remember. That's probably right. All right, but he made 19 appearances, 6.74 rating, but he was a backup, so I'm not too worried about that. And Alexander, he only made 6 appearances. I did get him from the academy, but the team already signed him before I got here. But a 6.7 for a youngster isn't bad at all. All right, transfers out. All right, Lamine Conte. I know they were mad that I sold him, but you know what? I don't really care. I wanted to get rid of him, and so I didn't sell him for much. But that's how it is in MLS. You can't do much. All right, I didn't had nothing to do with him. He was already gone by the time I got here. Harper, I did sell. Oh, well, okay, 100,000 is what I got for him, so that's funny. And then Nealis, I did sell. Yeah, they weren't happy about it, but you know what? So what? And Barlow, they weren't happy either. But I want to get some of these players off the books. And then Burke, I'm very happy with him to get what I paid for. And I don't need to cover the loans. It's no big deal. All right, season results. Here we go. All right, supporters are very happy. It gives me an A+. I'm kind of excited. Our final position was first. Our goal was to reach the wild card, which we definitely exceeded that. We ended up in first place in the Eastern Conference, and we won the whole thing. So I was really kind of excited about that. And we broke all kinds of records. I'm going to show you them here in just a bit. But it was really, really crazy. Top goal scorers for us, 20 goals in the league from Spendy and Klimala. So that was amazing. Our average attendance, only 75% full, which is crazy. We were in first place most of the season, and that's all that. Oh, wow, that's crazy. All right, we did make the Champions Cup. And I'm kind of excited about that, but they're reserving judgment because it doesn't play till next year. The League's Cup, we actually won the League's Cup. It's funny how that happens. We did lose our very first game, but then we didn't lose a game after that. And Spendy had 6 goals. He was the top goal scorer for us. I was very happy about that. The U.S. Cup, they want us to be competitive, but we lost in the 4th round. They don't believe it's important enough to be judged on. So, we won our first game, but lost to Phoenix Rising. Are you kidding me? But hey, it is what it is. All right, and then Morgan and Klimala had 2 goals, so wasn't too bad. All right, moments to remember. All right, the biggest win happened to be in the League's Cup. It was, 6-0. That is crazy. They did have a guy sent off, but in the 90th minute, so that really didn't affect much. Match to remember, for whatever reason, they picked, the MLS against Inter Miami, and once again, they had a guy sent off in the 77th minute, but it did cost them a goal, but that was it. And a goal of the season. That is funny. I wonder if it will show me the goal. I don't think it will, but we won 4-0, and that is crazy. All right, the finances. All right, doesn't look like we went up much, but not much we could do. It's not changed. That's fine. No new sponsorship deals this year. Now, next year we might. Who knows? All right, they're all going to be up this year, but $15.09 million in sponsorship, broadcast revenue, TV games $3.39 million, awesome corporate and hospitality $1.03 million, competition prize money. Now, keep in mind in MLS, you don't get much prize money. All right, most of that prize money would be from the League's Cup, but $1.74 million, and in match day commercial and retail $1 million. So, total merchandise sales $852,000. We sold 9,631 jerseys. All right, Morgan, Klimala, Mansberg, Spendy, and Lukinas. That's kind of interesting. All right, how we lined up. This was pretty much most of the season. All right, Paulson was our goalkeeper. Tolkien, Reyes, Vitek, and Trilly were the back 4. Mansberg was my central midfielder. Lukinas, Caceres, and Morgan were my attacking central midfield. And then Klimala and Spendy were my 2 strikers. And they were really well. They did really well this year. Okay. Didn't go unrewarded at our end of season award ceremony. Okay, now just a little bit of a note here. All right. These awards, club awards, don't count towards the point tally. Only national awards. All right. So the competitive awards and whatnot. But okay. Fan player of the season was Spendy. That's awesome. Young player of the season was Spendy. Signing of the season was Spendy. Goal of the season was Caceres, which that's crazy. It won't let me even see it. All right, top goal scorer Spendy with 27 through all competitions. Most assists was Morgan, 22 with all competitions. Most player of the match awards, Klamala with 9. Highest rating was Spendy at 7.7, and most passes completed per 90 minutes, that's awesome, was Mansberg with 72. All right, record breakers. Most assist by a player was Morgan. Most player of match awards was Klamala. Worst discipline, 8 yellow cards for Twilly. That's funny. And the youngest player was Axel Kai. That was kind of interesting. All right, history in the making. You know what? Let me cover this real quick. Competition awards. All right. Tolkien not only won USA Player of the Year, but he won MLS Defender of the Year. So I thought that was kind of cool. All right, history in the making. The timeline. Don't really care about that. Head coach timeline. I just think it's funny that it has my timeline here, but I will show you something here in just a bit. I didn't win coach of the season, but my assistant manager did. Now, how does that work? That's crazy. But all right. Investing in potential. New York completed 150,000 signing of talented youngster Fermel. That's hilarious. The best things in life are free. Getting 6 high potential players is great, but even better, they're free. That was all my youngsters I got. Highly rated youngster Axel Kai joined New York on a free transfer. I can't believe that they let him go. So I picked him right up. All-Stars, we won the All-Star game, which is kind of cool. We won the League's Cup. Look at that. It says I'm in the Hall of Fame, and I checked, and I'm not quite out in the top 10 yet, but I'm getting there. All right. So I am going to show you, let me see here if I can find it. Okay. We did make the Champions League. I might as well go ahead and cover the competitions. All right. We finished first. We won the MLS Cup, and we finished first in the Eastern Conference, as you can see. So that's cool. And, of course, we made the playoff, which was really cool. We won the Supporter Shield. So that means that through all of that, we would have made, in the League's Cup, we would have made the Champions League for next season anyway. So it doesn't begin until February. So that's going to be interesting because that's going to be simmed. All right, the U.S. Cup, we got knocked out of the 4th round, but we did win the League's Cup, so that's kind of exciting. All right, and I'm not going to cover the transfers until next season, and we'll have quite a few. But let me see here. I want to cover some notes. Okay. Anytime I get a player getting a green card, I go ahead and note it. I thought that was kind of cool. All right, players named in MLS Best 11, and there we go. I think that's kind of cool. I had 5 players that made the Best 11. That is awesome. Paulson, Reyes, Vitek, Tolkien, Morgan. So that's just awesome. I'm really, really happy about that. Since we're on awards, all right, none of my goalkeepers were there. Defender of the Year, Tolkien. Reyes was 2nd place, so that is a pretty good deal. I have no idea what this one is. And then Donovan, I had Spendy and Morgan both in there. They got 2nd and 3rd, which kind of is depressing. Comeback player, I wouldn't have anybody in there. Golden Boot, I didn't even have anybody closely to that. 26 goals, which, it is what it is. Newcomer of the Year, I don't understand how come Spendy wasn't in there, but, I don't pick it. All right. Young Player of the Year, Spendy got 2nd, which is very, very disheartening because he had 22 appearances and 14 goals, 5 assists, and 27 voting points. Wow, how can he only have 1 voting point? Average rating 7.52, 7.54. I mean, yeah, he played 13 more games, but he did have quite a few more goals. So, it is what it is. But that's frustrating. And then Coach of the Year. Look at my assistant coach got Coach of the Year. That's just funny. That's just funny. I'm like, wow, okay. Notebook. We'll continue this. All right, we did get $140,000 in allocation money for qualifying for the Champions League. All right. We also, that's for winning the um, MLS Cup, 440,000. We recorded the high points total. So 79 points is a Major League Soccer record in a season. All right. We only had 5 losses, and that was a record. Token, once again, won the MLS Defender of the Year, but you knew that one. All right. We won the treble, and that's my assistant coach winning that. That is just crazy, you know. Okay. So what's going to happen now is this wraps up the first season. I am going to show you the points tally before I cut the episode, but I will be back once I get preseason done for the season 2. And once again, I think this is moving a lot quicker. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. So we'll see what happens. But let me go ahead and show you the points tally. Okay. Now, we won the League's Cup, the Supporter Shield, the MLS Cup, and that gave us 2 points for each, so that was a total of 6 points. We won the Eastern Conference, and we made the playoffs, and each one of them was 1 point, so that was a total of 2 points. The All-Star Game, I had 4 players that made it, and that's a point each, so that's 4 total points. I had a Player of the Year award, a Defender of the Year award, for both were token, and that's worth 2 points, 1 each. And then I had 5 players that made the MLS Team of the Year, and that's 1 point each. That was Paulson, Reyes, Vitek, Token, and Morgan again. So if you add all them up, as considering my math is correct, that's 5, 7, 9, and 10 is 19. Season 1 was 19 points. Now, I think I had an excellent first season, and I wasn't expecting to win all of what we did, but now that we did, the board's going to be expecting it. But hey, this is a 5-season series, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, guys, hopefully this is kind of exciting for you, because I'm having fun doing it, and I'll get better in time with the content and whatnot once I iron out everything. But I'll start showing you some highlights and stuff of the games in next season, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please think about doing so. It helps me out. And like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next episode.